From January 5th to 11th, the celestial spheres align in a rare configuration, orchestrating a profound shift in the cosmic currents. During this potent window, only a select few zodiac signs are destined to traverse the shimmering veils into realms of unprecedented wealth. This is far more than a fleeting planetary transit or a generalized forecast. It is a clear, distinct financial impulse, an energetic force that has long gathered its momentum, now poised for an undeniable breakthrough. The very fabric of material energy will work selectively, almost with an intuitive consciousness during this period. For some, it will manifest as an impetus for unexpected opportunities, akin to a sudden opening in their personal feng shui bagua map, revealing hidden treasures. For others, it will ignite a super-powerful growth in resources, a blossoming of their financial gardens tended with diligent intention. What once seemed unattainable, an elusive dream veiled by Mercury's shadows, will begin to coalesce and take tangible form in reality. Thus, it becomes paramount to discern who stands at the epicenter of this cosmic movement, who will seize a chance that, like a rare comet, will not grace our skies in the immediate future. Today, I, your guide through the cosmic tapestry, shall illuminate the path, revealing the sacred list of signs destined to be swept into this potent wave of great financial growth. You are about to discover whose wallets will feel the energetic shift, whose contracts and agreements will be sealed under auspicious stars, and what opportunities and events, guided by destiny's hand, will irrevocably turn the usual course of events upside down this mystical week. Before we unveil the unique prophecies for each sign, I invite you to declare your zodiac sign in the sacred space of the comments below. This simple act of intention will help you to more actively attune yourself to this profound energy forecast. And of course, ensure your energetic connection remains unbroken by subscribing to this channel, lest you miss the major financial transformations that are already written in the stars. The first beacon of light shines upon Aquarius. Aquarius enters the period from January 5th to 11th, not merely through a stroke of blind luck, but through a specific, divinely orchestrated financial coincidence, a karmic convergence that dramatically recharts their monetary trajectory. During these days, ruled by Uranus's unpredictable yet brilliant insights, the theme of large sums of money arriving, not gradually, but in a sudden, almost electrifying rush, is powerfully activated. For Aquarius, this is no mere bonus or a small ephemeral win. It is a foundational financial event, a profound realignment of their material destiny that immediately elevates their level of opportunities. The influx of resources stems from a decision made in the past, a seed of intention planted long ago, now finally blossoming and manifesting its fruit in the present moment. Perhaps it is a document signed under a forgotten moon, an agreement whose terms now find their cosmic fulfillment, a long-awaited payment, or the decisive closure of a long-standing financial issue that has lingered in the ethers. The amount is unequivocally significant, bearing an intrinsic weight that requires no further explanation and certainly does not feel symbolic. It is a tangible resource, ready to be channeled and utilized immediately, not relegated to the realm of future aspirations. Aquarius's financial calculations, often perceived as unorthodox by others, are working with crystalline clarity these days. They do not gamble on random chances, nor do they act on impulsive whims. Instead, they possess an innate, almost prophetic understanding of precisely where to direct their newly acquired funds, guided by an inner compass that points towards expansion. Some of this potent wealth may materialize through work, where Aquarius, with their often humble detachment from material accolades, previously underestimated their own inherent value and contribution. This could manifest as a substantial payment for a groundbreaking project, well-deserved compensation for intellectual efforts, the long overdue repayment of a debt, or an enticing offer that immediately includes a large, life-altering advance. In certain astrological charts, this newfound financial vitality is intrinsically linked to real estate, innovative technology, advanced transportation, or the burgeoning landscape of digital assets, reflecting Uranus's domain of innovation. The source feels profoundly practical and logically sound, imbued with a sense of preordained purpose rather than mere coincidence. From January 5th to 11th, Aquarius will observe with a sense of deep validation that their financial decisions are beginning to yield immediate, resonant results. What previously took months, bound by earthly limitations, is now being resolved in a matter of days, as if the very timelines of manifestation have accelerated. This celestial window presents an unparalleled opportunity to swiftly extinguish financial obligations, akin to clearing energetic blockages in a home, or conversely, to ascend to an entirely new, elevated stratum of income. The crucial energetic point here is that this money does not engender a sense of fear or impending loss. Aquarius perceives it as a truly well-deserved resource, a karmic recompense for their unique contributions, rather than something unstable or fleeting. This internal perception imbues them with profound confidence, shifting their entire internal financial landscape and solidifying their place in the cosmic order. Their business contacts deserve heightened intuitive attention. During this period, a single conversation, a serendipitous message, or an unexpected encounter can yield more significant dividends than months of arduous negotiations in the past. Aquarius may receive an offer presented with crystalline clarity, its terms and conditions laid bare, without any hidden nuances or energetic traps. The financial flow is activated through a sacred trust, yet it is not a blind faith, but rather a trust fortified by cold, insightful calculation, characteristic of their intellectual nature. This potent blend allows them to meticulously avoid potential pitfalls and safeguard the majority of their newfound funds, ensuring long-term prosperity. The wealth received during this period transcends merely enriching their wallet. It initiates a profound transformation in their very lifestyle. Aquarius begins to plan expenses with a renewed sense of purpose, allowing themselves to embrace comforts or investments they previously deferred, yet always with an underlying wisdom that prevents wasteful expenditure. This is a divine opportunity to invest in personal comfort, expand their intellectual horizons through education, or propel their visionary business ventures to unprecedented heights. The financial situation stabilizes at a new, higher vibrational level where Aquarius no longer feels constrained by minor restrictions, having transcended them. This period actively cultivates an intrinsic sense of control over their money, imbuing them with the clear understanding that a monumental financial step has already been taken, and that all subsequent decisions will be even more powerfully aligned with their higher financial destiny. The second sign, stoic and resilient, is Capricorn. Capricorn enters the period from January 5th to 11th, carrying an internal tension, a heavy mantle of responsibility that has accumulated and intensified over many months, testing their very spirit. This is by no means a tranquil financial week, nor a smooth, gradual transition. It is a sharp, alchemical break with the antiquated paradigms of old money logic. During this potent interval, Capricorn is confronted with a stark reality. Financial matters can no longer be deferred, nor can they be managed through small, incremental steps. Events unfold with a rapid, almost fierce intensity, compelling them to a pivotal crossroad where a decisive action must be taken, or a golden chance, divinely offered, will be irrevocably lost, never to return. It is precisely this crucible of tension that becomes the fiery forge for Capricorn's dramatic financial growth. Wealth flows to them through the very conduits of responsibility, burdens that Capricorn has shouldered for an arduous duration, often without any immediate guarantee of tangible results. This could manifest as the triumphant completion of a complex, demanding project that tested their very resolve. A substantial payment for work that demanded extraordinary endurance and unwavering discipline. Or a sharp, almost sudden surge in income after a prolonged period of stringent financial restrictions. A karmic reward for their Saturnian lessons. The crucial energetic insight here is that the financial floodgates open not when Capricorn finally feels ready to rest, when their guard is down, but precisely when they are already teetering on the precipice, at the very zenith of their endurance. It is this intense, sustained pressure that metamorphoses into the very trigger for the activation of great wealth. Between January 5th and 11th, Capricorn is destined to receive a sum so substantial that it immediately recalibrates the balance of power in their life, shifting their very energetic center. This is neither a modest profit nor a random windfall. It is transformative capital, money that empowers them to settle long-standing karmic debts, to decisively break free from suffocating financial dependencies, or to take a monumental step forward that they previously lacked the fundamental resources to undertake. The source of this burgeoning income bears the unmistakable mark of seriousness and authority. A binding contract, a decisive management decree, or access to financial reservoirs that were previously veiled and unattainable. In specific astrological interpretations, this is intrinsically linked to assuming a powerful leadership role, experiencing a welcome decrease in the responsibility burden originating from others, or presiding over the judicious redistribution of large, significant sums. The inherent drama of this period lies in Capricorn's initial inability to fully embrace joy. Their first reaction may well be shock, or a profound disbelief that the relentless tension has finally, unequivocally paid off. The true realization, the deep understanding, will dawn later when it becomes unmistakably clear that a momentous financial threshold has been traversed, and there shall be no regression to the old, more restrictive level of being. Money arriving during this potent period does not merely enter Capricorn's coffers. It transmutes their inner stance, forging them into a tougher, more unyielding negotiator, and instilling in them an unshakable confidence in their own intrinsic value. It is paramount that Capricorn, known for their prudence, does not disperse these resources impulsively during these days. They possess an innate, almost architectural understanding of precisely where to conserve and where to strategically multiply their gains. A significant portion of these funds can be immediately channeled towards strategic long-term goals, fortifying their financial stability, making astute investments, and expanding their sphere of influence. Their financial decisions become cold, perhaps even ruthless, but impeccably precise. This meticulousness is what allows them not only to retain what they have painstakingly acquired, but to solidly consolidate the magnificent result for a prolonged, enduring period. From January 5th to 11th, Capricorn will emerge from this intense financial struggle bearing the profound sense of victory, a triumph hard won at a significant price, a testament to their unwavering spirit. The money that flows in during this period does not bring an immediate sense of ease. Instead, it bestows upon them an immense inner strength. It fundamentally alters their status, expands their opportunities, and transmutes their very way of thinking. Capricorn no longer operates from a position of mere survival. They transition into a powerful mode of absolute control, where every financial action carries significant weight, and every decision meticulously constructs a new, immeasurably higher standard of living, firmly aligned with their destined authority. The third illuminated sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius steps into the period from January 5th to 11th, enveloped in a feeling of intense internal pressure, as if the very cosmos is narrowing, demanding precision, and leaving no room for errant choices. This is not a tranquil period of passive waiting, nor a gentle drift towards prosperity. It is a seismic financial breakthrough, detonated by a sharp, unforeseen alteration in circumstances, a sudden shift in the energetic winds. During these potent days, Sagittarius is confronted with the stark truth that their accustomed rules no longer apply, and the burgeoning new landscape demands courage, swift action, and an audacious willingness to embrace risks they may have previously sidestepped, held back by Jupiter's expansive, yet sometimes comfort-seeking influence. It is within this very crucible of tension, this potent energetic friction, that great wealth is destined to be forged for them. The financial impulse arrives with an exhilarating suddenness, a bolt from the blue, utterly without prior warning. It may manifest as an offer that initially appears daunting or harsh, yet one that intrinsically involves substantial sums of money, or a high-stakes situation where Sagittarius must act with uncharacteristic speed, with not a moment to spare for doubt or hesitation. Money, during this specific period, does not trickle in small, manageable amounts. It is concentrated, heavy with potential, and instantaneously recalibrates the balance of power, shifting their entire financial equilibrium. This influx is often profoundly associated with travel, ventures in other cities, expansive foreign projects, the liberating realm of remote work, or a decisive, boundary-pushing decision that extends the very parameters of their everyday existence, embodying their innate wanderlust and pursuit of truth. The inherent drama, the karmic lesson of this period, lies in Sagittarius being compelled to shed their illusions, to face unvarnished reality. Between January 5th and 11th, they will perceive with crystalline clarity precisely who and what genuinely holds value in financial terms. Cutting through superficial appearances, there may be a sharp, decisive severance in a past cooperation, a courageous rejection of a direction that once seemed promising, but ultimately failed to yield genuine financial dividends. It is only after this necessary energetic clearing, this release of misaligned paths, that the sacred space is freed up, making way for true, profound financial growth. Wealth flows to Sagittarius precisely where they cease to spread their energetic resources thin and instead focus their formidable will and fiery intention on one strong, powerfully aligned direction. The financial resources obtained are a profound source of strength, a potent catalyst for future endeavors, rather than simply a means to immediate comfort. This is not money meant for passive peace of mind, but rather money intended as a powerful instrument for a breakthrough, a catalyst for destiny. Sagittarius may perceive that alongside this significant increase in income, there is a commensurate growth in responsibility and a continued energetic tension. Yet at this pivotal juncture, retreat is no longer an option, for the cosmic current has seized them. During these days, they are innately capable of earning or receiving an amount that dramatically alters the very scale of their future plans, expanding their horizons infinitely. What previously seemed distant, an abstract possibility, now becomes undeniably achievable. But the inherent price for this profound transformation is absolute concentration and an uncompromising rejection of half measures, of anything less than their highest truth. The unique characteristic of this period is that Sagittarius begins to conceptualize and think in truly vast numbers, entirely without fear. They cease to diminish their own desires, no longer settling for less than their cosmic birthright. Financial negotiations, often approached with a lightheartedness, become tough, unyielding, but supremely effective. In certain astrological alignments, this potent wealth may manifest through a crisis situation, a moment of profound energetic upheaval, where Sagittarius emerges as the sole individual capable of taking decisive control. It is this indispensable quality, this ability to lead in chaos, that renders them financially invaluable and unlocks direct access to truly large, transformative sums. The money received between January 5th and 11th transmutes not only their external opportunities, but also their very internal state of being. Sagittarius no longer harbors doubts about their own inherent power of influence. They clearly and viscerally feel that they are fully capable of managing colossal cash flows rather than passively drifting along with them. The tension that this period brings, far from being a negative influence, forms a new, elevated level of confidence where financial decisions are made swiftly, without regret, and without any backward glance towards past limitations or self-imposed restrictions. This is the pivotal moment after which Sagittarius no longer engages in small, petty games, nor agrees to compromises that fail to usher in true, abundant wealth. The fourth and final sign, deeply intuitive and nurturing, is Cancer. Cancer enters the period from January 5th to 11th, not with a joyful expectation of profit, but rather with an ingrained, visceral inner sense of the potential threat of loss, a fear rooted in their deep connection to security. It is precisely from this powerful, underlying tension that a monumental financial event unfurls, dramatically overturning their existing reality, like a sudden shift in the currents of the subconscious. For Cancer, this is a sacred time when wealth arrives not as a simple reward for bravery, but as a profound, karmic response to their innate endurance, their ability to weather emotional storms. The situation unfolds in such a way that Cancer is confronted with an undeniable need to vigorously protect what is inherently theirs. Their meticulously built resources, their established position, and their sacred right to income, and just when the pressure seems to be becoming utterly excessive, just at the brink, a magnificent flow of great wealth, a river of abundance, inexplicably opens up before them. The financial drama, the deep emotional alchemy of this period, lies in a sharp, almost jarring collision with the past. Wealth flows to them through old obligations, long-standing agreements, and deeply entrenched issues that have stubbornly dragged on for years. Like energetic blockages in their family lineage, this could manifest as the triumphant return of a large sum previously believed lost. A long overdue payment, well-deserved compensation for past grievances, or a decisive legal or family decision that has for too long been obstructed by the wills and energies of other people. Between January 5th and 11th, these long-standing barriers and energetic blockades vanish, not gradually or incrementally, but all at once, in a sudden, liberating release. Cancer may experience a profound shock at the sheer scale of the financial event, as they were expecting at most a partial resolution. Yet during these auspicious days, they are receiving an amount far exceeding their most hopeful expectations. Cancer is compelled to act with a speed that is inherently uncomfortable for their cautious, introspective nature. Wealth, once activated, will not passively wait for them to mentally prepare or process the emotional implications. Decisions must be made with crystalline clarity, devoid of the emotional fluctuations that often characterize their nature. This internal conflict, the tension between their inherent desire to preserve and control everything, and the urgent need to embrace risk and accept new, unfamiliar rules, is precisely what creates this profound internal challenge. A financial breakthrough, a true energetic opening, occurs when Cancer bravely ceases clinging to their old, restrictive models of security, when they finally release their grip on past comforts. The source of great wealth for Cancer during this period is often deeply related to family resources. The foundational energy of real estate, joint finances with others, or the significant responsibility of managing other people's funds, tapping into the collective unconscious of their lineage. This is by no means easy money. It is money that arrives intertwined with a profound sense of responsibility, a powerful authority over resources that demands wise and intuitive management. For a mistake here would carry a significant karmic cost. It is the acute awareness of this immense weight, this sacred stewardship, that renders the period so intensely tense and dramatically transformative. Between January 5th and 11th, Cancer's entire attitude toward money undergoes a dramatic, fundamental shift. What previously caused paralyzing fear is now transmuted and perceived as a potent tool of influence, an instrument for shaping their destiny. They no longer shy away from complex financial topics, nor passively shift responsibility onto the shoulders of others. The wealth that flows in at this time powerfully compels them to mature financially, to step into their own authority. They become tougher, more resolute in negotiations, clearer and more direct in their demands, and unequivocally ready to defend their interests to the very end, even when the situation appears inherently unstable. The underlying tension of this period does not immediately dissipate after the funds are received. On the contrary, it transforms and transmutes into a profound inner strength, a solid foundation. Cancer realizes with absolute certainty that now, more than ever before, depends solely on them. They can no longer afford chaotic, impulsive spending or decisions driven by raw emotion. The great wealth that arrives during these days forges a new, unshakable financial discipline and establishes an entirely new level of control over their life, their destiny. This period leaves an indelible, deep mark on their soul. Cancer emerges from it with the profound feeling that they have traversed a tough, arduous test and not only survived, but thrived. Money becomes not merely a resource, but tangible proof that they are innately capable of withstanding immense pressure, making difficult, pivotal decisions, and fiercely defending their own sacred space, even when the external situation appears precarious and uncertain. After this profound initiation, financial fear no longer holds Cancer captive. Instead, they learn to control money themselves, wielding it with power and wisdom. Even if the path to this profound mastery was tense and difficult, the outcome is a powerful testament to their resilience.